Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our Python programming series. Today, we're going to delve into the fascinating world of the number 5 in Python. As you can see, all these are number 5. So you might think that the number 5 is just a simple integer, but in Python, it can be represented in various ways, each with its own meaning and use. So let's explore these different representations one by one. So I have created a Python file and here I copied all these and let's go over one by one. So first we have the straightforward integer representation. So a equal to 5, which basically means I'm assigning the value 5 in a variable called a using the assignment operator. The equal sign is called the assignment operator. Next, we have the string. So we can represent 5 as a string using quotes. So b equal to 5. So this is a string representation. Next, we can also use a floating point representations, which is like a decimal number. So c equal to 5.0. Okay, so we have integer, string, and float. So these are the data types that you should know. Next, we have collections. So let's see how we can represent 5 in a list, tuple, and dictionary. Now, if you don't know about list, set, tuple, or dictionary, it's okay. I posted some links in the description so you guys can watch those to learn more about the collections. So next we have 5, but this is a list. Okay, so list can have multiple values in a single variable. For example, I can have more separated by commas. Each value should be separated by comma. I can have as many 5 as I want using comma. So this is a list, but list with only integer. Next, we can have a list with a string. So remember, if I use quotation marks, it called a string. So I can have a list with string. Then I can have a list with a float. So F is a list, but this is a list with float. Next, we have tuple. Now, tuple is similar to a list, but there are some differences. So if you watch the videos about tuple, list, set, dictionary, you will learn more about them. But tuple is another way you can save the number 5. And for a tuple, we use the parenthesis. For list, we use the square bracket. So for list, I have G equal to using parentheses 5, comma. Now you do have to use 5. If you don't use 5, it will not be considered as a tuple. It will be still called a integer. Same for tuple. I can also have a string in a tuple, so similar to this. Again, you have to use the quotation marks to create the string. Next, we have the tuple with float. So same thing again. And you must use the comma. So we're done with the list and tuple. So list uses the square bracket. The tuple uses the parenthesis. And the next we have the set. So set uses the curly brace. So first we have the set with an integer value. Then again, we can have a set of string. So I have my k. And then we can have a set with a float as well. Next, we have dictionary with integer key. So dictionary is another type where you have a key and a value. So you must save data in a dictionary as a key value pair. The first item is called a key, and the second item is called a value. So here key is 5, the value is also 5. Again, you can have all sort of combination. So I can have a string as my key and an int as my value. But I can have a string as my key, but float as my value. Obviously, you can have more combinations for the dictionary, but the dictionary, you must have a key value pair. If you don't use the colon sign, then it will become a set. If you have another pair, for example, I can have another key value. Let's say I can have 5, 5. So here I have two pairs of key values. So first key here is 5 as a string. In the second pair, I have the integer number 5 as a key. So in a key value pair, you must use the colon. And each pair should be separated from another pair using a comma. After the last pair, you should not use another comma. Okay, so that's the dictionary. You can see all of them are just 5, but there are different ways you can represent them in Python. So I hope that this video helps you to understand the different ways that you can represent the number 5. So that's all for today's video. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more Python tutorials. Thank you for watching and happy coding.